Alright, so there we go with the picks. You should be able to join. No, you're not able to join until we get to the everyone walks in. But uh, Zillion is an interesting pick because he doesn't have a bomb delivery system on the pro side between Soraka and Urgot. Although I guess you could put the bomb on Urgot, have Urgot use an ult to transfer it into someone, and then the bomb blows up once Urgot's in the middle of the team. And there was talk about wanting to find a way to get Zillion and Alistar on the same team for that very reason. Just to place the bomb on top of the cow, have the cow charge in, and then everything blows up around the cow. But I think both teams actually end up with a fairly decent composition since it's being picked by everyone else, because you've got a standard AD carry support for the blue team. In one lane, you'll have Alistar, who's completely capable of 1v2 if he has to, in the other lane. And then you can have Soraka feeding mana to Urgot, and Urgot's so mana hungry attacks. That'll fix his problems, and then Zillion will do what Zillion does, I guess, and that's sit back and wait until he can use his ult and do something awesome with it. And we are in the 3-minute delay. Champs have been locked in. Darth, you ought to be able to spectate and hit the character select screen.
I got it now.
So with this working out the way it does, where one team gets to pick the other team's champions, what were you expecting to see happen? Were you expecting to see like support battles?
Well, I kind of thought that was going to be the case, and then I got into my game and I chose Tarek, Sona, and Twisted Fate, and I immediately regretted it when I had a team with triple stun going against me.
Yeah, that
hurts.
a little bit painful.
Like we could clear waves really fast, so that took our game ended up being like almost an hour long. But when we team fight, it was just like stun, 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 and then heal, heal, and we were screwed. Hey, hang on, I'll be right back.
All right. So, going back solo just for a couple minutes here. Tarek in Twisted Trail. Actually, any champion with a targeted stun on Twisted Tree Line is incredibly deadly. One that's a point-click stun, so like a Scion can be very deadly just because when you don't have a full team of 5 to protect you, stuns are deadly. Particularly if you're playing a squishy character like Ashe or Nami or Zillion. And we saw that in the last game. We saw, Depth Charge is a stun knockup. Nautilus got a stun on his passive, and then Shin's got his taunt. That alone is enough to win team fights, I think, for the team last game. But this game, taking a look at the team comps, I think blue team's going to win this one. Urgot has the potential to become ridiculous because his poison lock-on combo, where he can deal damage over a ridiculously long range. But unless Soraka is able to build heavy AP, I don't see Zillion putting out enough damage to be the AP carry. But Soraka looks like she's going to support Soraka, which means she won't be super AP heavy either. So it may be a situation for the blue team. All they have to do is shut down Urgot, and they'll be okay. But you do have to kill Urgot twice, thanks to Zillion's ultimate. Alright, that gets us through our 3-minute delay. We will be getting the game underway very shortly. I say that. There we go. People saying in chat, Taric is ridiculous right now. Taric's in a good place right now. The changes to his passive to go away from increasing mana deals extra damage to you deal more damage based on your armor, and you get 2 second cooldowns on an auto attack after using ability. Makes it where you can stun twice in fairly quick succession by using a stun, hitting something, shattering your armor, hitting something, healing yourself, hitting something, and by that time you can probably stun again. Now the heal and shatter are both on fairly low cooldown or fairly long cooldowns, but that does get you 2 stuns off in roughly 3.5 4 seconds. And when the stun is already lasting nearly 2 seconds, that's pretty ridiculous. But luckily, this game, no Ashe. You have Zillion, who's going to drop bombs on top of people. You have Soraka, who's going to heal and provide mana for Urgot. And you have Urgot, who's going to throw down poison bombs and then use that to lock onto people and attack people at a range of 1,200 units. On the other side, you've got Ashe. We saw last game, Ashe has a very hard time unless she gets fed early because AD carries suffer in Twisted Tree Line in the short game format. You've got Nami, who's carrying a bunch of mana, so you may see Ashe just leave her Q on the entire game to continuously get slows. And then you've got Alistar, who's a very interesting champion. You don't see him as much on Summoner's Rift anymore. He used to be incredibly popular, and then he kind of lost his role as a support, and he got moved to the jungle, then he got nerfed in the jungle, and he's kind of in an odd location right now. But in a 3-on-3 matchup where there's nothing to really combat his already ridiculously strong tankiness, it's not going to be easy to take Alistar down. Now we're seeing initial item buys go out right now. Zillion starting double Doran's Ring to build up a lot of AP, a lot of mana regen, so we can continuously throw out the bombs. And we've got Nami with the Tear of the Goddess. That's an interesting item on Nami. It's not what I would have expected to see. And we have Alistar going Reju Bead, Fairy Charm. So that's a Season 3 support start on Alistar. I'm not sure if those two items build into things useful for Alistar now or not. Normally, you'd see that start if you were going into Philostone, but Philostone's gone, and we see Nami use her flash by mistake and Clarity. Okay, so double summoner spells burned, assumably by mistake, or it could just be Crow being Crow. And we see Ashe and Nami waiting in the forest, maybe looking to start an early gank. And it's going to be a dual lane versus dual lane, unlike the last game where it was 2v1s. And you've got Ashe and Nami versus Soraka Zillion. So they're actually leaving Urgot solo. It's a very interesting play. And we see Soraka already dropped down to 200 HP. If Crow had his flash, he could flash bubble and they could pick up the kill. But unfortunately, Crow does not have his flash. And a bomb gets thrown onto Ashe's head. Ashe is going to get dropped low because of that, down to 200 health. Up in the top lane, you've got Alistar versus Soraka. And there you see the poison and the lock-on onto Alistar. Urgot actually dropping Alistar down to about half health.
The altars will unlock in 30 seconds.
Alright, we see Silence is going down. Soraka providing a fair chunk of damage right now. Also has access to the new gold item Spell Thief's Edge that allows her to gain gold every time she hits a enemy champion with a spell or auto attack. That must be a pickpocket ability, which requires it to be an auto attack. Alright, you've got the call. Altars are unlocked. We should see someone on each team move to lock down the altars, get that bonus 3 gold for minion kills on both teams because each team sending their supports to take it. The AD carry and Zillion still fighting. Alistar dropped very low. There's Flash Ignite onto Alistar, and that's first blood going over to Urgot. Urgot still at 3/4 health, not taking hardly any damage, still got quite a bit of mana too. And Ignite goes on, does reduce the amount healed, but I think it's going to be enough that Soraka is going to survive. We're going to take a look. Soraka is at 38 HP. Asking if Alistar's heal is on cooldown. Alistar does not have his heal yet. Alright, now we see Zillion has been forced back into his turret. Alistar moving back out from his turret. But Ashe excuse me. Ashe is pushing into the bot lane turret fairly strongly as Soraka goes back. Lots of damage, and we see the bomb rewind bomb combo applying quite a bit of damage on Nami, getting the auto explosion once. And still, Ashe doing a very good job. We can actually rotate these. See, Ashe doing a good job. He's got 20 CS. Comparably, Urgot, the other AD carry on the map, because technically Urgot is an AD carry, is at 26 and has a kill to his name. So we're seeing a lot of damage. You see Urgot building Tear of the Goddess. That is a standard item on Urgot. Because he wants to spam his abilities, and he'll end up with Manamune. That's the item. Manamune. What is the updated bracket like? If someone can go post that link, that'd be great. I don't have it available at the moment. And lots of damage going on. There's a bubble, and Ashe had just backed off, so not going to be able to follow up. Zillion is going to survive, and here comes Urgot. He is going to be a full health. Urgot trying to apply some edge, and flashes will not get you out of range of the improved lock-on distance of Urgot's Q. And Urgot picks up another kill. As Knight going down here already. And lots of damage now going on to Alistar. More lock-on rockets firing. And Alistar dropped down to 3rd HP. The ping going out, telling Zillion go pick up that health crystal. That'll get him almost back to full health. He won't have to go back to base unless he wants to. Alright, got bomb placed on Ashe. And then here comes Alistar from behind, trying to, and there's a nice knock-up and a beatback too. That's the reverse of his normal combo. But Ashe does pick up the kill on Zillion, so the AD carry is picking up that kill. Soraka flashes away and survives, but now Urgot is coming back into the fight as well. And that teleport does lock him in place long enough. Urgot chasing, does get a little bit of a speed boost while he has that shield active, trying to get in range, is not going to quite get there for landing that last Q, so that ends up... I think Nami did die too. That ends up being a 2 for 2. Not a horrible trade there. I said no, Nami did not die. Nami recalled, so that's a 1 for 2. So that worked out very well for blue team. Gold gap close to 8,000 gold. Urgot though is starting to build a fairly significant gold lead on Ashe. Already has completed Brutalizer. And Urgot, we say, is an AD carry because he does do a lot of damage to his auto attacks, but he's also kind of an AD caster. So you do see items like Brutalizer into Black Cleaver built as well. Excuse me. Both both teams, both of Blue's turrets have been pushed back into. Alistar trying to push out slowly. Alistar's has the potential to be a good lane clear, but Alistar now moving it is actually moving to the jungle, picking up a lot of CS, taking out jungle camps to the side. And Crystalline Arrow followed by Tidal Wave. That gets everyone very low. Knock up on the Zillion. Zillion does use the ult on himself. That's going to give Urgot a chance to get into range. Lots of damage being put on the Ashe, and Ashe is dropped. And now the transport with Nami gets Nami back. Nami is able to run back and get away safely. They are not going to be able to... Oh, now Alistar's still going in. It's very low. They're not going to be able to pick up another kill. It's a very dangerous position now with Alistar as low as he is. But Purple Team's doing a very good job focusing all their damage on the Ashe. They know Nami is useful, but is not a big damage dealer. And now Alistar may get caught out. And there's a dance around this altar here. A nice bubble from Nami. Does lock at Zillion. Zillion's dropped down to 300 health again. Soraka trying to keep him healed up. Urgot, though, still just going to town, getting long-range Qs off, locked on to his poison, getting a lot of damage to Alistar. Alistar just not able to heal through it all right now. Zillion dropped down and is killed by Ashe. Ashe does pick up one kill. And now Soraka's been slowed, and the speed buff from Nami might be enough. Crystal Arrow just misses. A very nice dodge by Soraka. That's going to get Soraka away safely. As Tetris now has to go back and is just going to try to get caught up in farm. See, Alistar running through quite a bit of mana. Running through mana, trying to keep up his health. And every time he gets up to full health, Alistar gets hit by a poison canister and is just being nailed by Urgot in the top lane. And a bubble onto Soraka delays the heal slightly. And now Urgot's come in and poison arrow and lock on onto Urgot. Quite a bit of damage that's going on there. Now Alistar's coming in, and if Alistar comes in, may see a full fight breakout as Ashe is re-engaging. There's the ultimate Urgot running right edge. Nami chasing Soraka, support chasing support, and because of that, Nami does pick up the kill, and Zillion does get the ult off onto Urgot, is going to resurrect him, but now Nami and Alistar taking out a lot of damage, and Alistar gets shut down gold. Very nicely done, and Ashe has managed to escape the Zillion with 200 health. So that's a 2 for none as Soraka finishes her recall or her revive. Very nicely done by the blue team. That looked like it was going to be a very nasty fight as Urgot came in. It was 3v2 in the bot lane. But they managed to survive just long enough. Alistar comes back in, and the re-engage by Ashe was very well done. Urgot paused long enough to use his ult, switching locations with Ashe. Does put Ashe in the middle of the fight, but it also put Zillion very far away from the rest of his team. Not able to get killed by Soraka. Soraka dies. And as soon as Zillion's ult revived Urgot, there was a bubble already primed and waiting for Nami. Very nicely done by the blue team. Team Pro trying to land more bubbles. Lots of slows going out. With a Nami Ashe lane, you actually end up with a lot of slow potential because Nami's Tide Collar Blessing gives bonus damage to Ashe and slows. On top of the slow she already gets from her volley and Q. There's a knockup from Alistar, And it is enough to give Ashe another kill on to Soraka, so the heal's out of the way. The ultimate was used, and now you got a 3-man push. Maybe go take the second altar. Neither team has made an attempt to capture the other team's altar in this game just yet. And we see Slow being placed down onto Urgot, trying to poke him. Urgot has already built himself, though, a glacial, was it glacial shield? Glacial Shroud. Gives him quite a bit of armor, which will keep Ashe from being as effective. Very nice job. Alistar does manage to capture the second altar, so now AD buff for Ashe, 10% bonus AD. AP bonus for everyone else. Actually, AD for everyone, but the one who will benefit most right now is Ashe. We see a difference between the Ashe in the last game and the Ashe in this game. This Ashe has gotten quite a bit of CS and has already got 4 kills. Has already completed Sanguine Blade and looks to be going for Zeal. That's a far cry from what Ashe had in the last game, where we were nearly 20 minutes in before Sanguine Blade was completed. Take a look, other items being built. We see Soraka has got Catalyst, maybe for a lot of ages, as a possible build item. Zillion with a Blasting Wand to go with his 2 Warden's Ring, so lots of AP. Alistar has built a Warden's Mail that will help protect a little bit against Urgot, but Urgot does not build attack speed like an AD carry would. So we're not going... It does provide some health, does provide some auto attack reduction, but still no magic resist right now for anyone. And Soraka gets knocked back into the rest of the team. Slow's going down, and the Crystalline Arrow comes up, and the ultimate from Zillion used on Soraka just in time for Soraka to be caught in another bubble. Soraka is down to 5 HP, gets popped. Urgot trying to kill Ashe, but it's going to be an ace. Well, I say it's going to be an ace. Taking quite a bit of time doing it, but Alistar does get the kill. Turret goes down. That is an ace by the blue team. Urgot not able to carry everything on his own, and blue team's picked up the ace, got a turret, and have a minion wave. We'll try to take another turret. Zillion has already respawned. Soraka has respawned. Urgot will be up in 10 seconds. We may not see another turret go, but at least a little bit of damage going on it, thanks to Nami. So that's quite a bit of gold. We see now we have Randuin's Omen already completed by Alistar. Rushing that Randuin's Omen, the active ability giving that slow gives him yet another crowd control ability in his pocket. And looks like up in the top lane, you've got Urgot and Nami get ready to face off. But Nami has avoided the poison canister so far, so not able to get that. And here comes Alistar. Does apply Exhaust, trying to get close enough. He wants to do a knockout combo to knock Urgot back. Is not going to succeed. So Exhaust used for little effect. Purple team does retake one of the altars, so the AP AD bonus is taken away from the blue team. Both teams now still get 3 extra gold per minion kill. And now we've got Urgot coming in. It's 3v2 in the bot lane. Alistar knocks Urgot back, which accidentally knocks him out of the way of the Crystalline Arrow. So it is just Nami up in the top lane. Ashe and Alistar both have to retreat back to the turret, recalling. But there are enough minions there, very little damage is going to go on the turret. And we see Ashe with a completed static shiv. And Alistar knocks Urgot off the altar to interrupt the capture. And that's reset the altar now. And now it's a 3v1. Lots of slows going in. There's the knockup and the headbutt back. Urgot dropped down to half HP. Heal comes in from Soraka. There's Tidal Wave. First time we've seen Tidal Wave used in this game. Star Call coming in from Soraka. Lots of damage going around. Damage being split all about. Purple team very focused on killing the Ashe, as they should be. But Ashe has picked up a double kill and is killed by Urgot. But Urgot is going to die, so it is going to be Alistar and Nami walking away with an ace, picking up the crystals and moving on. They may go take another turret. Altar is also available. Alistar walks right by it, though. Has not picked it up yet. They're gonna push on this turret and see if they can pop the turret quickly. Now, neither Alistar nor Nami have very high AD, so the turret dropping relatively slowly.
Purple team's turret has been
Fast enough,
destroyed.
though. Soraka not able to come in and contest it. And still leaving that altar. They don't want to get caught out of position. Ashe dropping her volley, trying to pick up some extra damage on the minions. It's cleared out a wave and it's going back in. Blue team's just going to regroup. Ashe is going to pick up some minions in the jungle. Get no buffs in the jungle, so no red buff, no blue buff, nothing like that. But there is a good source of gold there. Gold is always good. Taking a look at completed items, Nami has Tear of the Goddess, Vamp Scepter, and Black Cleaver. That's almost like Bruiser AD Nami with Tear of the Goddess for extra mana. That's quite strange. Chat saying that's a Crow build. Yes, Crow is well known in NTGL for playing these odd builds, but it's oddly effective. Nami is 3-0 and 10. And we see Blue Team trying to dance around, trying to find a good engagement point. I think they're waiting for Alistar to dash in and get a knockup of some sort. And there's the knockup and the knockback. Zillion's the one that gets knocked back. Tidal Wave goes in. That's going to slow everyone from running away. Crystalline Arrow on top of a Nami bubble. All the damage onto Urgot. There's the transport. Doesn't matter. Urgot dies quickly. Zillion drops quickly as well. Ashe with the double kill. And Ashe is got the triple. That's an ace. All three members up. 20 seconds before anyone responds. And there goes Alistar picking up a altar. Should see Ashe pushing into a turret. And Ashe is the one tanking the turret shots. But there goes the Nexus turret is dropped. And they're not sticking around to attempt to take the inhibitor. They don't want to throw at this point. And we see Nami using her bubble to go ahead and clear out minions. And with the Black Cleaver and Vamp Scepter, Nami's actually doing a decent amount of AD damage. We see the Reju Bead and Fairy Charm on Alistar have yet to be built into anything. I imagine that was a habitual build. Like, oh, I'm playing a support champion who wants to build Philo Stone. Philo Stone. Components bought. Done. And then you remember... Pre-season 4, there is no Philo Stone. We see Ashe moving through.
Rampage.
I saw Ashe moving through. Alistar trying to get close enough. There's a knockup. Goes walk in front of Soraka. And wisely, he chooses not to use the knockback. Crystalline Arrow is going to give Alistar the knockback onto Urgot. And Nami gets credit for the last kill. That's another ace. And this time we should see an inhibitor fall. And it's 12 seconds till Zillion comes up. And if Zillion goes in on his own, he'll just die again. He does have his ultimate available, so he could regen himself. But inhibitor is down, and we may see a push for the Nexus as well, or for the Nexus turret. And Nami's staying behind, just trying to 1v1 the Nexus right now. And a nice flash from Soraka back onto her platform from over the wall. And Ashe flashing away from the Urgot, and the knockback sends Zillion back. I think he was aiming for Urgot there. Did not make that look, did not have that. But the bubble will land on Urgot. That's going to prevent Urgot from chasing. Blue team's going to go back and regroup. Probably finish off a couple items. Purple team's should be looking to reclaim an altar at this point, but is not. Urgot stopped to pick up items, is picking up minions, and trying to get gold. Probably trying to complete another item to give some damage. Downside to items like Tear of the Goddess, or Rod of Ages, or any of those other stackable items, is that game are short. So right now we can see Urgot does have a fully stacked Tear of the Goddess, but has not upgraded it. Kind of surprised not to see him pick up the long swords required to turn it into Mana Immune, so it can be turned into Mirror Mana, or Mass Immune, so it can be turned into Mirror Mana. And blue team's setting up a three-man push into the top lane. As Zillion focuses on keeping the super minions elevated, Soraka down with them. Urgot just running back to the safety of his turret. And Alistar now with enough health that not afraid to go toe-to-toe with Urgot like he was earlier in the game. And lots of damage coming out off of the ebb and flow from Nami. Drops nearly a quarter of Urgot's HP. And we now see Nami with a Sanguine Blade of her own. So this is 80 Bruiser carry Nami with Tear of the Goddess on the side.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Tidal Wave comes out, followed by Crystalline Arrow. That's going to lock up Urgot. Urgot down to 15 HP. Soraka down to 25 HP. Heal goes out. It's going to keep Soraka alive for a while. Ashe trying to provide some damage while the supports go at it. And Ashe gets dropped down to 10 HP. Is killed. The revive goes on to Zillion. Zillion's pops back up. Urgot down to 10 HP, has managed to make it back to his base. And so they're going to bash out and they may try to save the inhibitor, but while they're saving the inhibitor, Nami's going for the Nexus turret. Not able to get either of those, but now there's so many minions.
Purple team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Minions get the inhibitor as they try to now save the Nexus turret. Nexus turret is saved. Nexus turret down to 420 HP. But blue team has recaptured the altar again, so they now have both altars. And Alistar's moving back in to continue the fight. Taking a look, Ashe has now completed a Last Whisper The last wisp were going to be used to poke through the frozen heart of Urgot to get through the armor, make sure dealing quite a bit of damage. Kind of counteracting the brutalizer.
Purple team's inhibitor.
And Soraka blown up in fairly short order. And now with 3 members here, even though Urgot can defend fairly well, they're going to go for the kill. Flash back onto the platform while Urgot is continuing to grow. And the inhibitor has respawned, so they cannot kill the Nexus. Oh wait, no, the other inhibitor's down. So they can kill the Nexus and are doing so. And the Nexus is close, 28-minute game. Blue team overcoming a very rough start. Urgot picking up several kills and Alistar early to have the unconventional Nami help carry the team to victory. Ash going 13-5, Nami 4-0-17, and Alistar 5-1-15. We said it was a rough start for Alistar, but Alistar didn't die often. He got flashed ignited once early, but was able to stay back and did a good job coming back, and was super tanky, very instrumental in setting up all those fights. Alistar is a very dangerous champion. So very well done. That's Team Crow winning round 2 and going on to round 3. Round 3 is the guaranteed money round. Everyone who makes round 3 is guaranteed at least 4th place, and thus at least $5 worth of RP, thanks to Riot. Kudos.